Hey everybody, CJ here, your local friendly technology addict, and this is the Tech Addict Attic. We are going to be using Bob here and demonstrate how well Bob can reproduce a few colors. These are almost identical. What these are, obviously, are an electrical outlet for the United States. It's a 20 amp because it's got that little side tang there, and the stock charging cable for the Blackview phone. Now, if I could ever get any autofocusing camera to autofocus on what I hold in front of it, that would be a miracle in and of itself. There we go. Now, you can see on the LG G5 that the cable is slightly darker than the outlet. The outlet is an almost pure white. Almost. Of course, it's been sitting on Home Depot's shelf for so long, it's probably picked up some dust. We have a very dark blue. This is kind of a cobalt on in real life in the naked eye. And the LG G5, looking at it on the screen, the screen looks just a little bit lighter, but for the most part the color is reproduced fairly accurately. This green, I call it kind of a medium green, but it is similar to freshly grown grass in the spring, if that makes any sense to you. Brand new leaves on a Bradford pear tree. I don't know. What else can I compare it to? It's springtime new plant green. As an example, this is a a Ticonderoga black. Obviously it's black, but it's a special brand of Ticonderoga. Those of you who like writing with pencils will understand just how smooth and luxurious the Ticonderoga can be. Yeah, I can't get this thing to focus on it, but we're looking at a black pencil, okay? It's a gloss black. It's got a fairly neutral, like a pine or a light-colored fir type of color there. If I can get it to focus, let's see now. Come on. No, nothing. Okay, so, but the thing I'm after is this green here. It's a little bit darker than the green of that box, okay? In fact, you know what? I'll just set it right there. But this is what gives us trouble. This pair of scissors. On the LG G5, this green is kind of a sea green. It's got a little bit of a blue to it, but for the most part, it's a solid green. But when I see it, I think somebody tried to relive the 60s and 70s and just got the color a little wrong. This is a little bit greener, a little bit darker than the oven that came with our house, frankly. This house was built in 1960, so we've got a 1960 oven in it. We never did upgrade it. We're about to, though, because that oven is so old. Here we have a 5-color pack of Post-its. Red, orange, yellow, blue, and purple. Or violet, depending on where you're from. Now, as far as the LG screen goes, these colors are reproduced accurately on the screen. We have an almost crimson, but this is a little lighter than crimson. This is more of a, there's just a hint of orange in this, okay? Let's see, do we have, very similar to the Better Homes and Gardens balsam and cedarwood red. Funny, that purple is almost the same purple. This purple on the Post-it note is a little brighter, though. We'll go ahead and throw that in there, too. But this Post-it note, if you've ever had these, so you'd be familiar with the exact shade of color that we have here. But these are pretty neutral, or I shouldn't say neutral, these are pretty middle of the range for each color. Red, orange, yellow, blue, and purple. The blue in naked eye, off the camera, is a little bit darker. It's leaning toward indigo. It's leaning toward the purple from the middle of the range blue that I see on the screen here. But it's very close, very, very close. It is a lighter blue than that. And of course we have my drink cup, which is a similar shade of blue. Now, all of these things there, we're going to pick up the Blackview and we're going to look at the colors on it. And to compare. See if I can, there we go. So you can see the red is reproduced fairly well. And naked eye looking at the Blackview screen, the orange is a little, just a shade lighter than what I'm looking at naked eye holding in my hand. And it appears to be similarly reproduced on the screen. However, looking at it in the LG G5 here. However, on the LG G5, it shows that they're almost both yellow and just one little darker yellow. But looking at the Blackview screen, I can tell that it's supposed to be yellow and orange. There's no question there. You can see that the blue is more solidly in the middle of the blue range as opposed to leaning indigo like I see on the LG screen. And then, of course, the purple is... Naked eye, looking at it, the purple looks about the same, but looking at it on the LG screen, you can tell that the purple I'm holding in my hand is almost a crimson red versus the royal violet that I see on the Blackview screen. This green is very similar. So I think the green is okay. I think that shade of blue shows up a little lighter on the Blackview screen, but for the most part, it's looking at this Blackview naked eye, it looks accurately reproduced, as do the Post-its right now. But looking at it up here on the G5 screen, looking at the Blackview on the G5, the colors just, the margin of error is amplified. Let me put it that way. They're still close. They're still very close, in fact. I think that the color is fairly accurately reproduced. I just think that there are certain things that give it problems. Like you can tell, look at that. There is a definite tilt into blue with these. Even looking at it naked eye, I'm looking at the G5 screen, watching the Blackview through the G5. I see the same color on the G5 as I do on the Blackview. So what you're watching in this video should be something that looks a solidly blue. There's no green in that blue at all. Yet in naked eye, the LG is reproducing the naked eye green very accurately right there. So what you see in the video, that is the color of green that these are. And yet the Blackview thinks it's blue. That's just weird to me. So it may be that the Blackview has a white balance issue, or maybe I just need to go in here and play with the white balance a little bit. I mean, I've got it set for auto. We're using fluorescent lamps. It still looks blue on the Blackview. Did I say we're using incandescent or we're using fluorescent? What I have are compact fluorescent lamps, but they're in the 2700 Kelvin range, 27 to 32, which generally is an incandescent hue. Yeah, no matter which one of these I pick, it's... Okay, daylight. There we go. Daylight, goodness. White balance makes all the difference in the world. So, that's what it is. I've apparently got one of these on daylight kind of a... It's still not perfect, but it's a whole lot closer than it was. So make sure you get your white balance proper. Alright, so that's how the camera performs. And of course, that's not doing an actual video. That's just, you know, previewing it. But, you know, the video will come out pretty close to that. So, If you've got any specific questions about the camera, let me know, and I'll try to reproduce whatever situation you're asking about, and hopefully I'll be able to help you out a bit. Ugh, cannot talk tonight. Hopefully I will be able to help you out a bit in, making a determination of whether or not you're going to like the camera. But that's how it does. Let me know what you think. Got the comments down there. Considering I'm standing up, that was kind of a dirty gesture, but hey, what can we do? This is YouTube, right? So, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Keep watching. Stay tuned. In about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, I should be uploading the next video, which will be what I hate about this phone. Okay? I've demonstrated the camera. I've demonstrated the charge. I've got that video uploading as I speak. So once I get those two up, then I'll start working on the things that I don't like about this phone. It's a pretty short list. Hopefully it'll go pretty quickly. So stay tuned. This is CJ for the Tech Addict's Attic.